Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. Call InventHelp today.
To get your free inventor's information, call 1-800-352-1609. That's 1-800-352-1609.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 52security.com. That's the number 52security.com. 52security.com. Go to 52security.com.
Hurt or injured in a car accident? It can be hard to take the proper legal action after a car accident, but waiting can cost you more. The law requires car accident victims to assert claims promptly. You could lose out by simply waiting. Call 800-709-4667 right now to see what your claim could be worth when handled by a skilled attorney. With a lawyer fighting and speaking up for you, you could be entitled to a big cash award. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Now it's fast and easy to connect with the legal help you need after your car accident. Call 800-709-4667. The call is free, but you need to act now before time runs out on your claim. You need a lawyer to fight for you, protect you, and get you the compensation you need and deserve. Time's wasting. Call 800-709-4667. That's 800-709-4667. Call now.
I considered suicide so I wouldn't put my family through all the pain.
Many of our warriors are returning home from the battlefield, only to face a new war as they struggle with devastating injuries. At Wounded Warrior Project, we understand. We're there to help.
Even though you think you're broken, you're not. It's the physical and the emotional healing that Wounded Warrior Project provides.
With a gift of just $19 a month, you can join Wounded Warrior Project. You'll help provide critically needed programs and services that rebuild lives.
Beautiful. There you go, buddy.
The ongoing needs of our wounded and their families will continue for many years to come. Now is the time to show your support. Call now or go online with your gift of just $19 a month and we'll send you this Wounded Warrior Project blanket.
It made me feel that there's people out there that care about us.
After this event, we can finally maybe start to heal as a family and move forward.
We need your help. The families are hurting.
For many of our wounded heroes, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Please call or go online right now.
You shouldn't have to pay to talk to the people closest to you, or the people who used to be. That's why Umbrella Wireless is proud to announce the new Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan. Now you'll get unlimited calls to your best buddy, your mom, or Cindy, once she realizes that you're seriously meant for each other and should stop screening your calls. Now the 30 minutes of agonizing silence where you're both afraid to hang up may drain your battery, but it won't drain your wallet. And you'll get unlimited calls just to check if she still cares enough to pick up, with no extra charges. With the Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, your phone will automatically answer calls from your ex, because maybe she finally realizes that you're the only one for her and wants to get coffee sometime. Now, after lonely nights of looking at pictures of the road trip you took together when everything was great, your misspelled texts are absolutely free. The only thing you have to pay for is the booze. The Friends, Family, and Recent Ex-Girlfriend plan, because she wants you back. She just doesn't know it yet.
Rod Eccles Show.
I hope you enjoyed the conversation with Mr. Brian Mast. M-A-S-T is how you spell his name. Candidate, war hero, and candidate for U.S. House of Representatives down in Florida, Colonel Allen West's former seat. If you wish to give me a call this evening, the number is toll-free 603-835-3224. That's 603-835-3224. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I am still your lovable host, Elrod. Hey, there is a lot being said. Now, I guess we probably should have known that there was going to be a lot of conversation on this ruling, but the Supreme Court's ruling on gay marriage has really sparked debate. Now, frankly, I'm surprised this debate didn't happen before the Supreme Court decision. I'm actually upset about that because this might have changed the course of, well, at least possibly Justice Kennedy anyway. But, I'm hearing a lot of these, these advocates of the LGBT community talking about this is a civil rights issue, and all that kind of stuff. But I got to tell you, and they talk about, how minorities are like, gays are like minorities now and people need to stand up, for the minorities. And I got to tell you that the African American community in this country does not support gay marriage or the gay agenda. They don't. They do not believe that gay rights is akin to African American civil rights. They don't see a correlation. And in fact, many African Americans get highly upset and they did get upset when the LGBT community tried to co-opt the 60s civil rights movement. You got to understand that we're talking, people who support Obama almost, en masse. And they break from him on this. But you don't hear this in the lamestream media. You don't see this in the lamestream press. But here's a story from Newsmax. Black pastors group urges civil disobedience against gay marriage ruling. Now, I'm not making this stuff up. We're not talking about ultra-conservative black churches here. Now, the funny thing is that, well, I guess there's a third or a fourth church down in the South was burned over the weekend, and this is way out of hand now. And the funny thing is that I think what you're gonna start to see is a rise of the minority, especially maybe black, African Americans, who just aren't gonna, they've already been through this. We've already been through this. And there are still a lot of people still alive that have lived through this. And they're just saying, oh, hell no, we are not doing this all over. Because so a lot of people died for civil rights in this country, believe it or not. Mississippi burning, anybody? There's no way that they're going to go back to, people hanging in trees, being lynched. They're not going to stand for it. But black pastors they're also not going to, the black family's already been devastated enough. And now you want to add this to it. And because what's going to happen. You're going to have, two wonderful little white gay men are going to want to adopt a little black child. And because, they're married now, they can be legally married. So there isn't going to be much standing in the way of them being able to do it. And the black community doesn't like white couples adopting black children in the first place. Now, can you imagine two guys or two women who want to adopt a little black child? Oh, hell's going to break loose on this. They are, black. Oh, hell no. They're just not going to stand for it. But the head of an organization of African-American pastors told Newsmax over the weekend that Christians must oppose the Supreme Court's gay marriage ruling through civil disobedience because he says you do something to get arrested to call attention to the injustice. Now, they're calling this ruling an injustice. Now, you're talking about people who full well understand and know what injustice is. And they're calling this ruling from the Supreme Court guaranteeing gay marriage rights. They're calling it an injustice. Now, this particular pastor, he says, I was in the civil rights movement, so I know how to do it. And that was the Reverend Bill Owens. He's president of the Coalition of African American Pastors. And he said in an interview, when we sat down at the counters and lunch counters in restaurants, we knew we were going to be arrested. You do things to get arrested to call attention to it. So many people were silent. The church people were absolutely silent on this issue, which is absolutely true. He continues, a few leaders spoke out, but the masses of the church people were silent. Now, listen to why he says that was. Now, this is, I've said something similar to this, but listen to why he thinks that the silence happened. Now, when he was asked why people were unwilling to speak against President Barack Obama when he came out for gay marriage in 2012, Reverend Owens responded, and this is what he said. The whites didn't want to come out against Obama since he endorsed it so strongly, and they didn't want to be called bigots. And the blacks, he says, didn't want to say they were betraying a black man. Now, folks, I told you with this president, it was going to be all about race, not policy. And this is a direct result of what the lamestream cheerleading media has done to the American people to try to crush and quiet dissent. Whites became so afraid of speaking out against what this president supported because every time they say, well, we don't like this policy, they were lambasted by and called bigots, racist. I mean, I'm looking today at, at Facebook, all these different articles and stories talking about white supremacy. And it's even gotten on, a bunch of liberal whites have gotten on board of this and talking about their own white supremacy and how it's degrading to African Americans. And I even had an argument with somebody who was trying to tell me that white is not even a race. Like, are you kidding me? They're trying to dilute their own race now. I mean, liberals are they're so self-loathing and so self-hating that it has gotten to the point where they're saying white is not a race. But black is a race. Asian is a race, but white is not. Now, I don't know how they actually come up with that kind of crap. But they are. And so because whites are not a race, they shouldn't have this supremacy issue because, whites are very diversified. Well, yeah, so are Asians. So are blacks. They're very diversified. But you're not talking about, I mean, being Swedish or French is not a race. I mean, I guess you'd have to say, well, then we're Americans, so we're the American race, I guess. I don't know. But no, that's not it either. But they're trying to, for lack of a better word at the moment, whitewash all of this and trying to say